Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So for today's pick a card reading, this is a similar topic to one that I did a while ago called What Do Your Ancestors Want to Tell You, or something like that. But today's the difference with today's reading is that this is going to be a particular ancestor who is currently a spirit guide, one of your spirit guides. And so we're going to look at the messages that they have for you. This is a general reading. Info for personal readings is in the description, and I should have open slots either the last of December or January 1st, so I'll update you guys in the community section. And the timestamps are going to be in the description or in the comments, and in the comments. So let's take a look at the messages. But first, here are the 4 groups for you to choose from. Group number 1 is the dragonfly totem. Group number 2 is the ring. Group number 3 is black tourmaline. And group number 4 is the spiral bead cage. At least that's what I think this is. Okay. So again, we have group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. So take as much time as you need. Go with whichever one your gut is calling to the most. And whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 1, which is the dragonfly totem. I'm trying to figure out what tarot deck your ancestor wants to use, so let me try to start with this one. If it doesn't work, I'll use another one. Spirit, this reading is for group number 1, please. And the messages from their ancestor spirit guide. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 1. Ancestor of group number 1. What are your messages? What would you like to tell them? Ancestor spirit guide of group number 1, please. What would you like to tell group number 1? Please and thank you. Okay. This is a really beautiful start. We have the Lovers and the 3 of Pentacles. So from what I'm getting from this, they're basically just telling you, the first thing that they're telling you is that they love you, that they have a lot of love for you. They are watching over you, okay, and they have been from the start, and they're working with you consistently. When I say working with you, it is this actually collaborative feeling. So for you guys, group 1, I feel here that you are actively working on your spiritual growth, your goals, your path towards your higher self. And that's why it's almost as if they're saying that they're enjoying the work with you, because I see these 3 people on this card working well together. So this is the first thing that they're telling you. Okay, so I do want to look into who this is. That is what I was unsure of in the title. I wasn't sure what to call this or how to start. So let me just keep going and see what I find. Spirit guide, well, Ancestor Spirit Guide. Would you like to tell us who you are or anything about yourself so that group 1 can know or maybe even recognize you? Please and thank you. Okay, that's funny. Usually I get like a strong court card or something like a figure, but you got 2 at once. So you have the King of Pentacles and the Empress. So you have both a masculine and feminine figure here. Both of them are almost royal in the feel of it. So I'm gonna have to really figure this out. Can you tell us a little bit more, Ancestor, of group number 1, please? Can you tell us a little more about who you are? Wow, that's what I was just feeling. That was really interesting. I was feeling just when I was looking at these 2 cards that this is someone that did not have to worry about money. This could have been someone of a wealthy line or status or something like that back then. And this one is literally sitting on a throne, but I don't know if that's supposed to be a literal thing. Can you tell us a little bit more? That's okay. This is cool though. Can you tell us a little bit more about who you are, Ancestor? Oh my goodness, you have another High Court card. You have the Queen of Pentacles. By the way, if you don't read tarot, the court cards are King, Queen, Page, and Knight. And these are the high ones, the King and the Queen and the Empress. Oh my. You have the Tower. Okay, so this is, I'm really terrible at history, so I can't even really give you a time frame, but this is an ancestor of yours. Oh my goodness, look at this. You have the 2, I call these the moving on cards. So this is from quite a while ago, at least maybe a century, if I could ballpark it. The Tower here, the Tower, this may have been from a very chaotic time. That's all I'm going to go into that because today's reading is about what they want to tell you. But the only clues so far is that they probably were wealthy and of some kind of a higher status in terms of society, and they could have been living through some kind of chaotic period. So if you guys have already looked into your ancestry and this sounds familiar, you know, then maybe even just let us know in the comments because that's really, really interesting to me. I wish I could give you a little bit more on that part, but I'm just going to get all kinds of facts wrong. Let's get some more. Sometimes when I look into history or past lives or something like that, this particular deck calls to me. This is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. Okay, so let me first get another message. If they want to say more about who they are, it will come up. So, Ancestor Spirit Guide of Group 1, what would you like to tell Group 1, please? What would you like to tell them? Okay, we have the Six of Swords again and the Page of Cups, and I'm getting really, excuse me, I'm getting this feeling of excitement coming from your ancestor, almost as if they've been waiting to tell you this. Temperance at the bottom, another angel image here. This here is telling me one thing loud and clear, that a part of your ancestor, a part of their spirit or their persona in some way stayed with you. That's what this is. So we did have the Six of Swords before. So after they passed on a bit of their legacy, or they passed on a bit of their energy, their soul, whatever. And I don't know to what degree it stayed within you because I'm not really sure how it works with past lives, but they stayed with you. And you have a bit of their heart or their soul within you now is really what I'm seeing here. So I talked about the court cards before. Here you have the Page of Cups. So I see that they gave, right, so you can even kind of see with this person is holding that cup and there's a fish within it. It's almost as if to say that it's like, you know that feeling of a magic lamp and there's something inside of this receptacle or whatnot? It feels like it's almost transmitting images or messages is what I was looking for, messages. So they left a piece of their wisdom, their soul, their heart, possibly their mind within you. And I would probably say that that means that you have similar goals. You have a similar life mission. Okay? Okay, what else, Ancestor? What would you like to tell them? What do you want to tell group 1, the dragonfly totem group? The first thing that is clear, especially because we have the images right, making this almost like a constellation here, there is something about prosperity. I think the first message, okay, this is very unusual. For some reason, your ancestor, they're not communicating with words. They're communicating with images and feeling. And that I have not experienced before with a reading like this. Can you clarify why this might be? And then I'll go into this message. Can you clarify why this is, Ancestor of group 1, please? This is really, this is really throwing me for a loop here. You know what I could say, especially with this King of Pentacles and the Queen? There is a chance that this ancestor, when they were, whatever time period they were living in, there's a chance that they didn't have all of their 5 senses. That could be a possibility. That's not for everyone, but I am kind of seeing that. Or maybe they weren't able to speak clearly with voice, or there was just something. There was something there physically that could have been a restriction, is what I'm seeing. That's very uncommon. I've never gotten that message ever. Ancestor, Spirit Guide, can you tell us about the pentacles here? So the first message that they want to tell you with a little more clarity has to do with your pentacles, okay? So pentacles or prosperity or money or riches or like whatever is an important part of your mission, probably because of what you were meant to do with it. So the Queen of Pentacles, especially this card and the others too, it is showing someone who is generous, someone who cares for others. And that in itself becomes the mission over time. You have here the 5 of Wands. And this 5 of Wands, much like the traditional image, it's people fighting, basically. It kind of looks like this is a situation where there's not enough. It looks like there's not enough for everyone is kind of the thing. Which leads me to guess that this ancestor lived in a time where they were trying to help regulate something within the society of giving and taking. Yeah, that's really interesting. Like they were trying to be, not like a benefactor exactly, but they were trying to be one of the humanitarian folks or something within the community to help others, specifically with resources, specifically with money and maybe shelter, food, you know, things like that. Okay, so that's another message that's coming through. Now, Ancestor, Spirit Guide, what are your other messages? What else would you like to tell group number 1, please? So the reason why I was telling you that, and now this card confirms it, is because of what I told you before, that you guys have a similar mission. Look at that. So your ancestor definitely lived through a time of great conflict, okay? Conflict and turmoil and lack. Even though they weren't the ones that were lacking, everybody else seemed to be here. And chaos as well. So 5 of Coins, 5 of Pentacles is the card of lack, actually. And then you can see that this is causing a lot of strife in the world, in their world. So the reason why this is important and what they want to tell you is that your mission in this particular lifetime is probably going to reflect that, okay? So while theirs was very, it was very pronounced and it was very literal, this is going to translate into your world. Yes, it can be literal, of course, but it also can be symbolic too. So your mission is similar to theirs in that you're, and maybe you already feel this. If not, and you don't resonate with it, that's fine. But it seems like the mission is to be generous towards others, to create some kind of a feeling of abundance. Oh, yes. See? Definitely. To create a feeling of abundance, of safety, of a foundation, and plenty. And therefore, this is what's going to bring some kind of peace to the chaos, which did bring darkness. Okay. Yes, that is the first part. I think that they certainly did achieve this, I feel, in whatever ways that they wanted. But maybe they wanted more. Maybe they wanted to continue this legacy or this energy, this mission in whatever way that they could. And that's why that energy itself of giving, it persisted into the timelines. Can you tell us a little bit more? Any additional messages, Ancestor of Group 1, Ancestor Spirit Guide of Group 1, please? There's something here about society, Group 1. Really important message about working with others, providing for others. We already saw that with a few of these cards. So you had the Three of Pentacles earlier, and now you have the Three of Cups. So maybe for you guys, if it does resonate, and I will clarify this in a moment, if it does resonate that you've always wanted to not only help other people, but specifically be with other people. The only people that won't resonate for is if you are uncomfortable with people. But even that, I think, will still resonate if you are no longer afraid or uncomfortable or awkward or like anxious, you know. So if you overcome that and you have more peace and, you know, whatever, like down the line, you may find that this is true. I feel that this is true for everyone, even though it's a general reading. I don't think anyone is excluded from this. To be with people, to be within the community, to be within, like, part of the whole is really what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of collaboration, again, that word. There's a lot of celebration as well. There's a lot of learning that is taking place here with you as a part of this whole thing. You may even be a teacher. A teacher and a learner, but like you, I feel, are a big contributor to this collective effort. So that's why this is really interesting. Yeah, there's very much a community feeling that I'm getting with this whole vibe. And what I find even more interesting is the fact that you have the king and the queen coming out together. So that's very unusual that this came out together because of the topic that we're looking at. So that could mean a lot of different things, but it could also, I mean, one of the things that I'm getting is that you played both roles, or that you could have played both roles, especially in past lifetimes where you kind of just switched out. You have both the strengths of the inner masculine and inner feminine, Group 1. I think that's kind of the takeaway from this. You know, you have the stability, you have the generosity, you have the reliability, the warmth. What I'm getting from you guys is the really, really big warmth, especially from these two. Remember, these are the caretaker ones, you know, being Pentacles, earth energy. This is the caretaker vibe. So it's almost like parents. Maybe some of you are interested in working with very young children in that. This is only for some of you, like very young children in terms of shelter, or working with children that have no parents, something like that. Again, that's only for some of you, but in general, the mission is to be part of the whole with this community and part of the collective. So yeah, here's the warmth again. Pentacles are important in your mission, meaning the what do you call, like, you know, just to have that financial backup. So let's see if they have anything to say about that. Ancestor Spirit Guide, do you have anything to guide them in terms of the Pentacles aspect of their mission? I really love this reading so far. It's a little challenging for me. I'm not sure if it's just because Group 1s, You guys always kind of get my, like, kind of like my, not stuttering, but it's a little more challenging because I'm warming up a little bit. But also, like I said before, there's something about your ancestor that I feel like they feel that they were lacking in, or that they lacked. So whether it was something physical, whether it was some sort of a, I don't know, like a disability or something like that, there was something there that I feel was maybe what even fueled them to help others even more, because they understood that. Anything else, ancestor guide and just ancestor spirit guide, about the pentacles, please? Yeah, especially because it's been somehow, again, 2 weeks since I've posted. That was not intentional. But if it's anything more than a week, you will see me kind of fumble a bit in group 1. There we go. We have the, oh my gosh, that's so cool. This is so, so cool. You have the 3 of Pentacles again, or coins again, and the Ace of Pentacles again. That is amazing. Wow. So you have, see, the same ones. All right, now, what this is probably telling me, I hope I'm right about this, but the 3 of Pentacles and these 2 coming out together, the Ace of Pentacles, tells me that it's not up to you necessarily to create this wealth. Maybe some of you did, and I've heard this a lot in the comments especially. Maybe a lot of you thought that it was your pressure and responsibility to create the prosperity, when in reality it's going to be like a team effort almost. This is not to say that you don't have a huge part in the whole in the whole mission, but I think that you're going to have help here. So that could even mean whatever, let's say that you were working on a task, right? Some kind of a creative task, and you know that it's going to be successful. The teamwork might even be people purchasing your work or being involved with your work. It could be that too. But the message is that ultimately the prosperity and the way, the resources, is going to be possible with more than one person. It's going to be a group effort, and it's going to be a successful and cooperative group effort. So no more of this going on. Somehow over time things got easier, meaning in the lifetimes. I don't know how, but it got easier. And I think that it probably has to do with maybe people becoming more and more enlightened over time, at least the ones that you attracted or you will attract. Because if you feel like you're not supported as you're watching this, you may begin to feel that, especially within 2022 or within a year of whenever you're watching this. Okay, awesome. So yes, anything else, ancestor spirit guide of group 1, please. Any other messages? What would you like to tell them, please? Okay, we have the Fool. Yeah, so the Fool has this guide on the card. And whenever I see the traditional tarot Fool card, I do often think of that. But here, let me see. One thing that they said from this card, it was starting from scratch. That's the phrase that they said. They said starting from scratch. So there may be an idea or that effort that I was speaking of that has not been done before that you may start. Okay, that's I don't know if that's for every single one of you, if you have an idea in mind, but they said start from scratch. That was pretty cool. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, the Fool, please, for group 1? Oh my God, this is really amazing. You have the Page of Coins. Because remember before what I said, that they left a piece of their heart with you? Okay, they left a piece of the idea or the mission with you too. Okay, here's what I'm going to go out on a limb and say, that whatever the bigger mission was, if there was this bigger mission, it may not have been the right time in their time period to get this done. Now that makes me think that this has to do with technology. That's the only reason I can think of that they couldn't have done it in their time period. Okay, so if that resonates with you, whatever you were working on, try to think of the possibilities that anything within technology can bring you, especially bringing people together. I mean, what better way to bring people together in the thousands or even millions, depending on what you're doing, than technology? Imagine trying to do that back then. So that's why this is so cool. And you can even see on this particular version of the Page of Coins, this is never usually here, you can see the little guide. See, you're holding the coin. There's the guide. They're actually kind of giving you these messages. I can see again that they are not speaking with words. Okay, and then what is this? This looks like some kind of a history book, a newspaper article. I have no idea what this is, but there's some kind of a book with information down here. You probably haven't seen it yet though. So that might be significant in the coming weeks or months. Something having to do with a book or written text. It looks like an article, but it could be anything written. What else was I going to say about this? Yeah, they're showing you the way. I was going to say also, yeah, the thing about not speaking with words. Let me know, Group 1, how they communicate with you. If you already know who this is, or you have a feeling at least, let me know how they tend to communicate with you. Okay, so this is really, really wonderful. So Group 1, obviously, you guys have big dreams. You have a big heart. And the fact that your ancestor guide was giving you messages of such a mission shows me about you guys. Like, this is your ethic. This is your focus. Not necessarily just the work, but the humanitarian mission in itself. I feel like I often say that for you guys. Like, I have felt this energy many times before, so maybe this is familiar already. So I think what I'm going to do next is just get a couple of more oracle cards. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so what else? What else? Ancestor, Spirit Guide of Group number 1. Is there anything else that you would like to tell them? Whoa, you have blossoming abundance. That is really, really something. And it's the number 3. The Empress is the number 3. And we also had 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups, okay? The number 3 is probably highly significant on your path. Now, this depends on when you're watching, but it could mean, and depending on whatever it is that you're building, whatever you're working on. So if you're close to some kind of a goal that you can see in your mind, the finish line, it could be 3 weeks or even 3 days, but more likely it will be something with 3 months or March. Okay, so it really just depends. But blossoming abundance is really telling you that you are succeeding in sprouting the seeds, growing the seeds of your success that you've been planting. Okay, whether it's just an idea, which you're brainstorming about, or it's an actual product, like meaning to say that something's materializing here. Okay, what else, please? Okay, we have contract. So yeah, this is definitely something having to do with work or something that you've been, again, building. Knowledge is important here. You have the books at the bottom. Okay, so something with the books, again, is talking, oh, here, yeah. Lots of books going on. Maybe some of you are actually writing a book or collaborating on some sort of research or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge going through here. This one more, I mean, even though this is technically a blueprint, this one looks like a newspaper or something like that. So for a lot of you, that has to do with the social media aspect, okay? Anything else? Anything else? Ancestor, Spirit Guide of Group number 1. You have first chakra Archangel Michael. So they've been your protector. This is not speaking about the actual Archangel Michael. This one is saying that they've been your protector. Similar to this angel up here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. They're talking again about communication. I have to clarify that. For this, let me get another deck. This is the Radiant Rider-Waite. Okay. I had a feeling they wanted to use this one, and it just took them a little while to nudge me. Okay, so Ancestor Spirit Guide, are there any final messages that you want to say in regards to communication or the way that you're going to give them signs or messages, please? By the way, this probably is reflecting some kind of thing that you guys have regarding communication. So whatever, like if, for example, if you struggle to speak, let's say public speaking, or let's say articulating your emotions, that would make sense to me because that's what I'm seeing here. And just your spirit guide is saying that if this does tend to be an issue for you, this is almost like something that's within your generational line even. And I am going to repeat, with this entire group, I have been completely struggling to get out my words. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So if that is the case, I would recommend to do semi-frequently, do some throat chakra healing or meditations so that you can free that up. That's going to be a big part, an important part of your mission. So if you have to reach people, and maybe not necessarily public speaking, but this goes for any kind of communication, you may need to have that skill on hand, like ready. And this the card that we drew was the Hanged Man, very much drawn to the blue, which is the throat. And the reason why is because you guys do have the knowledge, okay? That's a really beautiful message. You have the knowledge, but if you're unable to translate that in a way where people really look up and pay attention, kind of a thing, you know, you have to kind of grasp them, then it's not gonna, it's gonna be frustrating, you know, for both sides. So definitely throat chakra healing, that's just what I'm recommending. You can use affirmations for the throat, something like I speak clearly and effectively, or practice deep breathing, practice just speaking out loud, and of course practice writing. Okay, I don't know if that's going to resonate for all of you, but that is what I'm getting. Okay, anything else, Ancestor Spirit Guide for group number 1? Any final words for them? Page of Pentacles again here at the bottom. Okay, so you got the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Can you tell us why you're talking about the Seven of Swords, please? This one, hold on. I can't use it if it fell on by accident. Seven of Swords, please. The Knight of Swords and the Sun. Okay, so you have 2 knights and the sun here. Okay, the final message may have to do with illusion and truth. Okay? That's just how I'm interpreting it, actually, because of the light. When I see the sun, this is basically the purest form of light. And then you have these 2 knights that are going in opposite directions. Okay? So I think that they're encouraging you to go in the direction of truth and of light, so to speak, and to follow that, because right now you may be going in a direction that is not fitting with the mission that you had intuitively. So in other words, they may be trying to reroute you here. Can you tell us one more message about that, please? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty standard spirit guide message that they want you to follow your heart, your passion, and your intuition. And if you're not, you're kind of going in the opposite direction. So they want you to look inward again and look at your inner passion, especially your childlike passion, and then that will lead you in the right direction. Okay. Okay, I just have to do one more. I have to do Ancestor Guide. Is there anything else you want to tell us about who you are? At least we've narrowed it down that it is an ancestor, or at least the energy of someone close. Because sometimes people will ask me who are their spirit guides, but that could be anyone or anything. Okay, so finally oh my goodness. Okay, so your final card is the Wheel of Fortune. They didn't really tell me more. I mean, we already kind of got some hints, but they were very powerful. So this is a card of destiny, and there are so many guides and angels or beings on this card that have to do with the destiny of everything, like the way that they're orchestrating things behind the scenes, okay? So they definitely were connected to the divine. They were someone that had a strong connection to source. And whether or not you resonate with the whole thing about holy or whatever word, this is the only other, the last thing, it's just a confirmation that they were of a high status, okay? So that is going to be really cool to find out about in the comments if you guys know anything. I only know one person who had some kind of a royal ancestry, but it'd be really cool to see if more people had that in common. Group 1, that's what I have for you. I hope that this was helpful and interesting. It was really interesting for me. Good luck with your mission. Good luck with whatever it is that you're doing. It's a wonderful, noble mission. And I will be back for the maybe 1 or 2 final readings before the end of the year. So thank you, Ancestor Spirit Guide of group number 1. And thank you guys for watching. Sending you lots of love, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 2, which is the ring. Spirit, this reading is for group 2, and the message is from their ancestor spirit guide. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 2. Okay. Ancestor, spirit guide of group number 2, please and thank you. What are your messages for them today? What would you like to tell them? Group number 2, our ring group, ancestor spirit guide of group 2. What would you like to tell them, please? Whoa, okay. This is strikingly similar to group number 1, but I have a feeling that most of the groups are going to start off like this. Your first cards, you have the 3 of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Now, you have the King of Cups at the bottom. So lots of loving cup energy first as a start. So the way that just to briefly compare, the message that I said for group 1 is something that they love you and that they're there for you. It's really similar. So maybe you were attracted to group 1 as well. I'm not sure, but they actually, I think they got the Three of Pentacles and the Lover's card, okay? So the fact that you guys have such a similar start is pretty cool. I'm sure it'll differ, but I just wanted to almost repeat that. So that is the same message, that your ancestor guide is with you. They're very fun-loving. They're very jovial, excited, and they're overflowing with this type of love. So this is where you guys' message is a little different. The other group was on the more serious side, but this one is kind of reaching me as like a fun family member kind of energy. You know, it's really reminding me of, like, for some weird reason, I'm getting like a fun aunt kind of, or like a distant relative that you might see in holidays or something like that. This person is overflowing with this loving energy. So that's definitely unique to you guys. This is really strong. Okay, so Ancestor Spirit Guide of Group 2, what would you like to tell them, please? Or would you like to also let us know who you are or more about you for Group 2? Okay, so you have the Death card and the Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, you know, okay, wow, that's really interesting. They are happy to communicate with you in any way that they can, okay? And with this Death card, I'm not sure what time frame they're in or what time period they are in, but definitely many lifetimes have passed here. I just can't really tell. Let's probably clarify that a little bit. But with the Page of Swords, they communicate in a direct way, okay? They probably give you a lot of gut feelings. They probably do a lot of artistic, profound types of synchronicities. They're really making me laugh. Like, so maybe they give you lots of jokes and stuff like that. I've had that before. It's actually really funny when spirit has a sense of humor, or you think it's like the universe, or we don't really know what it is, but this is directly your ancestor spirit guide who has been giving you these jokes or synchronicities. Like for example, if you were thinking about a particular person and you start seeing their name everywhere, and to the point where you're just like, this is not possible. It just starts to get really weird in a good way, and very improbable. Oh my goodness. Okay, can you give us a little bit more, Ancestor Spirit Guide? I don't know if maybe their energy is similar to yours in a way that you're also fun-loving and you like to joke around. It's either that, or it even could be the opposite, where maybe you're sad a lot of the times and they're here to cheer you up. It could be either or. But the Six of Cups now, you see? So here you can see it again. This sort of, and it's funny, you do have the collaboration card on the bottom. This collaborative kind of a feeling where it does tend to feel either like this slightly older family member, or even like a big brother or sister kind of energy here. I'm not getting if they're male or female at all. I can't really tell. I mean, I know before I said a female, but it didn't strike me as either one. These are, I can't tell. Let me find out. Not that it really may make a difference in the messages, but let's still pull more cards. So here with the Six of Cups, okay, they're definitely giving you, as I mentioned with the Page of Swords, they're definitely giving you a direct message here in a loving way. Wait, what is the message? Oh my, they're whispering to you. Okay. They're whispering, which could literally be that you may have heard whispers, or something having to do with muffled speech in some way. Okay, let's get more. Can you tell us what's the message, please, Ancestor Spirit Guide of Group 2? What is the message that you're trying to give them in Six of Cups? Wow, the Chariot and the Star. With the Chariot, they said, keep going. The Star is have faith. So there is sometimes, I feel, this pain or heartache, and they're comforting you actively throughout whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like this ancestor is giving you energy And that makes, oh my goodness, that makes perfect sense. They are full of energy, but because they're full of love, that's why. So the Chariot, they're telling you to keep going and to keep having faith and to continue to be determined and to go for it. Okay, that's probably more literally what they're saying. Go for it. That's what they said. Can you tell us more about the Six of Cups message, please? Yeah, with this ancestor, I am getting that they are quite young, actually. Yeah, they have more of a youthful energy. I don't know if they were literally young when they passed, but it's weird. It's kind of like, I'm getting a mix here. I'm getting that for some of you, they may have been quite young when they passed, but it also feels like someone who's in like their mid, either 20s or 30s. It's a strange age range that I'm getting here. But they feel very, very young. Can you tell us more about the message in the Six of Cups, please? Sorry, I can't take the cards if I didn't intentionally try to get them, so some people like to point that out. Hold on. Six of Cups message, please. Okay, we have the Temperance card. Okay, here it is, Temperance. Oh, they're saying it's okay, it's safe. That's what they're saying. Of course, they want you to use wisdom in whatever it is that you're going for, so be cautious. But they're telling you to really reach for something here. Can you tell us what that is with the Chariot, please, Ancestor, Spirit Guide? What is the message with the Chariot? Okay, this is whatever you were working on with either other people or for other people. Okay, so whatever project you were working on. Now, if you did resonate with the dragonfly as well, there may be some messages there for you. Very different vibes so far, but either you or maybe a close friend or loved one of yours may, if that's like a thing, like if you know someone who also watches, I feel that you guys are connected. Because like there's a lot of the similar cards and the messages did come through, but specifically working with others, okay? Alrighty. In group 1, I had a heck of a time trying to talk clearly. For you guys, I'm able to speak a lot more fluidly, but I am having the still like the something with my throat. This is so cool. It's like a joined message here. So if that does resonate, you guys may be destined to work with a group 1 person. If it doesn't resonate now that you know who that is, later down the line, this may be the case. If you meet somebody and you say, hey, which one of these are you attracted to? And they pick the dragonfly. That would be cool and really creepy, like in a good way. Okay, so you're meant to work with someone here on something important. Okay, so let's see what that is. 3 of Pentacles, please, Ancestor, Spirit Guide. There's a huge collective, what's the word? It's just this mission that we have coming towards us. Very clear for a long time now that we've had to do something, right? As the collective, to do something to improve the state of things. And I think that you and whoever you're involved with is very serious about that. You have different ways of looking at it and different skills for sure. But you're either way, you're very serious about this goal and ultimately getting to that point where we can all have a bit more peace and where things will work more smoothly together. So you have here the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. Curious. So this is the 3 of Pentacles clarification. Now that is an unusual combination. Can you please let us know what is the 3 of Pentacles? What is the collaboration, please? Especially with the 7 of Swords. Ancestor, please. Oh my. You have the Tower. The Tower. Okay, so to create change, probably. Every time I see, and they did get the Seven of Swords at the very end. Every time I see this Seven of Swords card, I do think of illusion, because it's technically a card of deceit. I have a feeling that this Two of Pentacles is talking about changing someone's mind, but a lot of people. So this may be involved with some kind of education. Education, informing people, getting almost like persuading, like a persuasive essay would, where you're trying to get people to see the importance of something. Can you give us more on that, Ancestor Guide, please? Do we need another deck? Let's see. Seven of Cups. It may be talking about, yeah, it may be talking about seeing through fog. Let me get a second tarot deck. This is the Magical Forest one, I believe. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit sort of derailed here, so I'm gonna start back over here. Ancestor, Spirit Guide of group number 2. What would you like to tell them? What is your message for them, please? For group number 2, or our ring group. Okay, you have the Five of Cups. Can you tell us why the Five of Cups is here? It's next to the Death card. Okay, this is really getting wild how it's repeating everything. Clarifying, you have the Lovers, and you see that angel watching over the two here. Okay. With the Five of Cups and this Death card now coming up together, and this angel, looks like a guardian angel. You have the Empress at the bottom. Yeah, this was passed down to you. Again, I'm sorry to keep comparing, but again, it's really similar to group 1. I wonder if the other two groups will sound like this. Probably not, honestly. Can you tell us what is the message now? If you wanted to pass this down, what did you want to pass down? Ancestor, Spirit Guide of group 2. What did you want to pass down to group 2? Okay, wow. 8 of Pentacles. Whew. 10 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. 4 of Wands at the bottom. This is talking about celebration and harmony with others, where there is stability. And then here you have the means to do it financially, okay? Oh my God. Please watch group 1. I was talking about that exact thing. It's so crazy how this is connecting. You don't have to if you're not resonating with that like piece, if it doesn't feel right to you. But you guys are working on something really hard here. You're building the pentacles. You're working on a particular task that you've had for a long time. You're wide awake. You see the eyes. You're wide awake to this path. So if some of these messages have, like, I don't even need to clarify this for you probably, because you already know what you've been working on because it's been a while. So I will tell you that this looks like it will be very stable. I feel that there will be a lot of success. I feel that there will be a lot of interest in this, whatever it is that you're working on or that you will work on. So with the Chariot card from over here, remember they said go for it? And the other message was keep going, or whatever I said. Now I see why. Some of you already started it, and others of you are going to start it, okay? Whew. Can you tell us more about the 8 of Pentacles, please? Yeah, you're crafting something, building something. This is really interesting. 5 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. 5 of Pentacles is helping people who have some sort of lack, okay, or people who are out in the cold or not in the know. This could be a lot of different things. It could be with resources, it could be with emotions, but I think it's also with knowledge. You have the Hermit at the bottom. I do think that you have this specific knowledge, or the way that you deliver messages that people are moved by, they are inspired by. So, wow, that is really, really interesting. Let's get another, let's use another tarot deck here, and let me get some additional messages. Okay, Ancestor, Spirit Guide, what else? In addition to this, what do they need to know? What would you like to tell them? Group 2, please. About anything, Ancestor, about anything at all. Okay, so you have here the World, and you have door to personal healing and happiness. So this is, I feel, what they're telling you about the mission with helping the world or helping a large group of people. And it's also talking about your own personal door to healing and happiness. Can you tell us about that, please? Okay, the cornucopia. This is abundance. This is prosperity. This is having everything that you will need. Are you twins with the first group? Because they got blossoming abundance. This is really mirroring here. Okay, so let me go back to 3 of Cups for a moment. Remember I think I said it with either of these cards. It felt like a sibling energy. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I think so. Ancestor Guide, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about who you are, where you're from, maybe anything about you at all, so that we can have a little bit more clarity? It seems like there's a big family involvement here. But unlike, I'm sorry, I don't want to make this comparison. Let me scratch that. I was going to say there's a big family involvement, but I see here from your ancestors' situation, their time frame, everyone's getting along, okay? Everyone is getting along in this energy of harmony, and people are supportive of one another. So it seems like things were simpler. Things were so much simpler back then. Here you have strategy. This card made me think of an inventor, weirdly enough. Not for 100% of you, but I do think that there's something here that has to do with some sort of either a literal invention or a completely new way of doing things, okay? Some of you, it might be that there's definitely something that has to be spoken here. There's an innovative energy coming from this. Can you tell us anything more? Anything more about where you come from or about yourself, Ancestor, Spirit Guide, please? Adjacent possibilities. There's this huge feeling of almost like that Renaissance feeling, where everyone thought of these brilliant ideas that no one had ever seen before, and they take action towards this for whatever ultimate reason, for the betterment of society. It could be for all kinds of different things, but they thought of solutions. Whoever your ancestor was, they have thought of all these solutions, and they have been kind of that little angel on the shoulder they've been helping you to figure out the problems of your life. See? Action and hostilities. They've been helping you to figure out all of the conflicts and how to move forward from them. And they encourage you to continue on and to keep going. Okay? Anything else? Any other messages about just whatever, anything else? Ancestor, Spirit Guide. For group 2, please. Okay, you have man holding a heart. And you also have 4th chakra Archangel Raphael at the bottom. Both of them speaking of the heart. Can you give us a clarity on this one, please? This one may have to do with them helping you when you're lonely as well. Yeah. I think that they're basically saying that if you ever feel lonely or like the 5 of Pentacles, left out in the cold, that you can just meditate and ask them for warmth and peace within your heart, and they will grant it. But you do have to ask for it. You do have to invite that. Okay? So let me see if they want to use a final deck for anything. Let me see. This is the Gilded Royale Tarot. Any final messages, Ancestor, Spirit Guide, for group 2? Any other direction, any other wisdom, anything at all that you would like to tell them? They did refer back to group 1. So the vibe of this group is the first card. You know, it's like all of the enthusiasm, the excitement, the passion, the fun loving. But what they were admitting was that there may be a lack of structure, and that's why you need to team up. They're saying that. Your ancestor is telling you it would be ultimately in your best interest to team up with others, because everybody needs to have support, and everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, that if we are convinced that we have to do everything alone, we will really not thrive in the way that we would if we were working with others. They fill in the gaps, you know? Everybody has some knowledge that we do not. So for as much as you guys are working on your own thing, that's great. Keep doing that. But they're saying ultimately it would really benefit you to have others at your side, okay? So that was like the last thing that they said. Let's just pull one more. Final words, please, for group 2. Please and thank you. So it's kind of what I meant by the structure piece. If you guys either know someone now, or if you just happen to meet someone, be open to these encounters. They may have earth qualities about them. So they're reliable people. And then maybe they, of course, are going to draw on your fun-loving, spontaneous energy. So, you know, it's like that yin-yang thing that you guys feed off of each other. So if you do happen to meet in the coming months, maybe next year, an earth sign or someone who is just that solid kind of persona, you're going to achieve something really great with them, most likely. Okay, Knight of Cups. Let's get one more. Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Wow. You guys are going to really succeed here on the path, whichever one you're most passionate about. And I'm seeing a lot of creativity within this Knight of Cups, okay? So stay creative, stay active, stay loving within the path. This in itself, the energy itself, is what's going to bring you to the prosperity, okay? To the either wealth or prosperity or success in whatever way resonates. Okay? Wow, what a reading. Thank you, Ancestor Spirit Guide of group number 2. So that's what I have for you guys. I know some people don't like when I compare, but I had to for this one because it really felt like it was some kind of a joined message, and it took me by surprise. It was wild to see how many connections, and so if you watch both, you're going to see what I mean. It was crisscrossing. It was so cool. So thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what's going on with you, and I will see you again for either 1 or 2 more readings before the end of the year. Sending you love, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, our black tourmaline. Spirit, this reading is for group 3, and the messages from their ancestor spirit guide, please. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 3. Okay, so I'm just going to see what they want to say first, whether it's the message or maybe about who they are. Ancestor, spirit guide of group 3, our black tourmaline group. What would you like to tell them, please? And thank you, group 3. Okay. Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean oh no in a bad way. I just see here the moon card. I saw it already before I even turned it over. I had this feeling that they were going to be a little mysterious, and that makes sense because we have the black tourmaline as the mascot. The moon card we have first. We have the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the Tower. Okay, what I am getting, what I'm just feeling first, is that your ancestor spirit guide is giving you more of a close to home message. So just to kind of give that context, group 1 and 2, it was a little bit more of a overall approach, more like things like their mission or just things in the future, right? But this kind of feels like this is more immediate, is really what I want to say. Okay, so this moon card, I feel that there is a lot of mystery. Your ancestor spirit guide is talking about the fact that everything may seem like, not to say that there's no way out of issues or conflicts, but it's just that it doesn't seem that there are answers right now. 6 of Pentacles here, and then you do have the Judgment card and the 2 of Swords on the bottom. It just feels like you may be in a bind right now in some way. With this Tower card, it makes it a little bit more obvious that it could be a time of some confusion. Some of you, it might be more than that. It might be a chaotic situation. All right, so that's interesting to me. The fact that this that your ancestor guide is bringing this up probably means that they're about to show you a way, or they're about to tell you that this will be resolved, it'll be over soon, whatever the case is. Can you tell us more, please, ancestor spirit guide, and then we'll see if we can get info about them. Okay, can you tell us more about this, please? What are your messages? What would you like to tell group 3, our black tourmaline group? Whoa, okay. All right. You will be freed. That's what they said. They said it literally. You have the Ace of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So you may feel that you are trapped, you are stuck, you are powerless, but this is a card of ultimate passion and life force. Then on the bottom, we have this beautiful celebration card. So as I figured, here it is. Your ancestor, your spirit guide came through to tell you an immediate message of your current circumstances. So if that is not the case, if you do not feel that you're going through this situation, it's either not the group for you, or maybe some challenge is going to show itself before the end of the year, depending on when you're watching this, or within the next couple weeks or days even. But that's their first message. Can you tell us more, ancestor spirit guide, please? Do you want to use different cards? Let's pull one more and I'll use different ones. Can you tell us more, ancestor spirit guide, please, of group 3? What is your message for them? Yeah. So similar thing. They did say there is a way out. So that is going to depend on your situation, obviously, but because I can't tell how severe or not severe this is, but they're telling you that there is going to be relief from this battle, or from this uncertainty, from this fear, whatever is going on with you. All right. That gives me the impression that it's only a matter of time. So if there is some sort of action or recommendation that they have for you to take, they will let us know. But if that's not the case, they could just be saying to hang in there because this will be resolved and you will be relieved of this. Yeah. Okay. See, as I cut the deck, you have a lot of worry here. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe some of you are dealing with something with housing, with money, or with the physical body, okay? Can you tell us more, please, Ancestor Spirit Guide? Can you tell us with a little bit more, like, can you spell it out a little bit more with clarity, Ancestor Guide, please, of group 3? What else do we need to know? What else do they need to know about this? Okay. All right. This is a lot of pain is what they're talking about. 3 of Swords and the Death card. What they're saying is that the painful experience is about to end, right? The Death card, I typically think of rebirth. But here I do see this as an end and then a more positive rebirth coming. Okay, so as you can see here, they're not exactly giving us steps to take, which again confirms what I figured before. I think that they're just telling you the prediction, okay? Now, let's circle around here and then I'll come back to this energy stream. Can you tell us about who you are, Ancestor Spirit Guide, please? Anything about who you are or where you come from, anything like that? We have the King of Cups. We have a masculine energy here, something different from the other groups. I did not get that from other groups. This person struggled a lot. Whatever ancestor this is, see here. We have the King of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles. They may have struggled with, oh yeah, I think this clarifies it, Knight of Wands. They may have struggled with physical illness specifically, okay? I don't know if it meant only at the end of their life or if it was sort of a more chronic thing. Can you tell us anything more? King of Cups, please. You know what it was though, back wherever time period they're from, I feel that they were in a time period where there was almost no resources and they were unable to get the help that they really needed. Okay, so this is going to probably translate into your circumstances in some way, okay? So maybe you're feeling similarly, like maybe you're feeling trapped in terms of your circumstances, or I did mention something about the physical too. So this might, whatever struggle you're going through right now, it could have been bumped back to all of these the ancestral line type of a thing. That's always an interesting thing to come out in these types of readings. So it could have started here or maybe even continued itself from here. Can you tell us more, please? King of Cups, Ancestor Spirit Guide. Yeah, there was the struggle to have the sustenance or the predictability, the foundation. So yeah, wow, you guys are very similar. 8 of Swords here. And the 2 of Pentacles. Before, remember, we saw the 2 of Swords. So this is an ancestor that I feel, whichever way it works, maybe you chose them. I kind of don't know how exactly it works. I had read that we're the ones that choose them as guides. This is why, because you guys are like, you know, almost 2 peas in a pod here. See? Either you're going through similar things or you think in similar ways. Let's get some more here. Okay, so what is there anything else you can tell us, Spirit Guide or Ancestor, about who you are or where you come from? Anything else? They are quite blue. This means either, let me see, a lot of the blue here. So they could have either literally been a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or sometimes when I look at a color, it's relevant the letter of the color, so maybe B, but I don't think that that's for all of you. I think that if anything, this is talking more about the the aura of water or blue. So maybe they were highly psychic or highly creative, artistic. Maybe they were an artist, actually. Yeah, that could have been a big thing there. 10 of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, this ancestor they went through a lot. They went through a lot. This is striking me as someone who didn't have a lot of help at all. It feels like they're a loner. It feels like they're just kind of doing their own thing. I don't know exactly why it ended up that way, but it just feels that they were by themselves a lot. Anything else? King of Cups, please. Anything else, King of Cups, please. And then you have here the Queen of Wands, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Feels like they had some sort of spirit guide support as well. See, you're mirroring each other. Because the Eight of Cups is someone who's already walked away. But they probably had two feminine energy ancestors or the female family members that had passed on when the King of Cups, this one, was very young. It kind of feels like they left young. So that could have been another possibility too. So if this is resonating with your situation, okay, so you can see now the similarities between you and your ancestor that wants to give you the messages today. So let's go back to that. They gave you a message of hope and the coming relief first, because they understand your situation and how important it is to just have words of affirmation that things are going to be okay. So that's why they said that first, okay? So let's get you more cards. I'm going to use these. This is the RWS Tarot. So let's see if we can take a peek here into a little bit into the future. Ancestor, Spirit Guide, is there anything that you'd like to tell group 3 about moving forward energy? If not, then whatever messages you have for them, please. Sorry, it's like pretty heavy. Anything else? Ancestor, Spirit Guide of group 3. Wow, you have the Five of Pentacles again and the Two of Cups beneath it. You're going to have help. That's exactly what they said. You're going to have support or loving friendships or love in some way come through when you reach the next stage of things. So here we have the Judgment card, the Empress, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. See? The counterpart in a totally different timeline, like timeline hopped or something. But this Judgment card here is, in this case, representing the new stage of your life, okay? So kind of like basically when this chapter ends, and it will, okay? The painful experience that you're going through, it will end. And then when things come back around, you're going to have more, okay, yeah. You're going to have more abundance, because that's what the Empress represents. Brightness. Some kind of relief and support, friendship, whatever resonates for you. You're not going to be alone anymore. You're not going to be cold anymore. Okay? So even if that ends up being a spiritual thing, it's still the same message. But I feel like they were saying something about someone in the 3D. Can you tell us more, Ancestor, Spirit Guide, for group 3? Okay, yeah, we have here the Two of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Swords. So they're saying two things here. They're saying that the future is bright and open if you allow it to be. And the way that that translates with this especially, look at the difference. You have two twos here. And this one is full of potential because this figure is looking out into the future. There's nothing in the way. There's nothing darkening the path. But here, there's a blockage of the heart, okay? Page of Cups is about the heart as well. So although there may be a tendency to be cautious, try not to block the heart. That's what this is representing here, at least in this reading. Here's the cup. Allow the cup of your heart, your emotions, your soul to be free. You can protect yourself, of course. You always have to do that anyway. But their point, your ancestors' point, is to not block the heart, because that blocks everything else too. So allow your future to be open and free is really what they're saying here. Okay, let me get anything else. Is there anything else, Ancestor Guide, that would be helpful for them to know? Group 3. A black tourmaline group. Oh, I just realized the obvious. The black tourmaline is a stone for protection of the aura. I completely just didn't even realize that until now. So that's probably why you guys felt intuitively drawn to group 3 for that reason, because you feel that you need protection, especially of your heart and your aura. Now, what we have here, the Strength and the 6 of Swords that just came out, it is showing that over time you will gain this strength because of all of your experiences, because of all of the battles that you've been through, everything that you've learned, okay? You're not going to walk away empty-handed, because you will have gained a huge part of yourself. The strength, the foundation, the power, you know, the ability to stand up for yourself, even self-confidence, self-worth, whatever the case is. That's what you're going to be walking away with, okay? I think I'm going to use oracle cards next. Okay. Ancestor, Spirit Guide, please, any additional messages? You can be as creative as you want, Ancestor, Spirit Guide. What else do we need to know for group 3? You're afraid to use your intuition, they said, or you might be afraid to use your intuition. We have Goddess of the Moon, Garden, and the Gate. There may be a lot of hesitation here to use your intuition or to own your spiritual gifts, your psychic ability, whatever you like to identify it as. There may be, or even your freedom. There may be a huge hesitation, and it actually, for some of you, it may have even turned into a blockage over time, because I'm seeing this gate here, and for some of you it might actually be locked, and for others of you it's open, but you never tried to, you know, push the gate. And there's this huge meadow or field in the distance, but maybe you've never actually stepped outside of the gate. Yeah. So can you tell us the advice then, Ancestor? Can you tell us the advice? Wow. Look at yourself in the mirror and see all of your power. That's really, really, that hit me. That got me. It lifted the heaviness. I felt it. Okay. They want you to, okay, there is something that they said before that I will tell you. I just wasn't sure, but now I am. They said, don't be like me. Like in quotation marks, they're saying, don't be like them. Because they probably were afraid to do all of these things. You guys are very similar. So they were trying to tell you, almost like a friendly advisory. They were telling you not to be like them and to not box yourself in because of either fear or loneliness or like whatever blockage it is. They're saying, look in the mirror and acknowledge this power that you have. You know, it's earthly and otherworldly power that you have, meaning spirit, some sort of spiritual gift. But you have to acknowledge it, because if you're not acknowledging it, then it stays sleeping in a lot of cases. Anything else? Anything else, Ancestor? They're telling you that you actually have a really good opportunity to awaken the gifts that you have, not just the gifts, but everything, your path, your future, your healing. They're saying that you can awaken all of it if you just sit down to do it or to start doing it. Not that it's going to be like this so easy, but they're saying that if you start that process, you are going to have to start by sitting in stillness or any kind of silence at all. And yes, it does mean you have to sit with the thoughts. Now, because you're more acquainted with this ancestor, you can actually ask them for this help or channel them in the meditations so that you can have that progress. Anything else? Anything else about how they can unlock themselves? It may be your second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. So they may be, I have a feeling it's probably the first or second chakra. So they're either talking about building more of a firm foundation within your own spirit, or they're talking about like, I mean, it kind of depends. It kind of depends, like if you had some kind of early trauma and whatever you need to heal from that. But they're also talking about expressing yourself, about your creativity, about your sense of safety is what needs to be addressed when you meditate. Okay? Any other messages, ancestor, spirit guide, especially of healing or of the future? Is there anything else that you'd like to say to group 3? Not this one, maybe this one. Any final messages, please, for group 3? And one more. One more. This is a really blessed message. So I'm going to take these because I just, okay. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. That kind of freaked me out. That really freaked me out. I just felt compelled to use 2 different decks at the end. And wow, I'm getting chills. That really kind of scared me, I have to say. Okay, 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands. So your ancestor couldn't make it any clearer. Now, this is just these 2 cards. Check out what you have on the bottoms of the deck. See? The 9 and the 10 of Cups. So we're actually looking at a sequence here. I mean, it's slight, 9 and 10, but they're telling you you're getting there. You are getting there, and you will get there to the point of your happiness, your stability, your harmony, your celebration, whatever kind of happiness and fulfillment you were looking for, you're gonna get there. And you know, it's really nice to see these all together because you are definitely not alone. Okay, whatever kind of companionship or connection you were looking for, even if it's just within yourself, you are not alone. You are fulfilled, you are bright and happy. So, wow, double 4 of Wands here. Some of you, I don't know if it's relevant, it does look like the 11-11 thing. I don't know if maybe repeating numbers have been significant or sequence numbers like 9 and 10, right? But this was an incredible final message. So that's it. That's where they want to leave it. Lots of reassurance from your ancestor, lots of like the mirroring and companionship actually with this particular spirit guide. Very beautiful messages. Thank you, ancestor of group 3. So that's what I have for you, group 3. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely let us know in the comments if it did resonate. If it didn't resonate at all, it might not have been the group for you, but that's what I have, okay? Sending you blessings. I'll see you again for maybe another video or 2 before the end of the year, and best of luck with everything. All right, I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is the spiral bead cage, or whatever this is called. Spirit, this reading is for group number 4, please. And whatever messages their ancestor spirit guide has for them. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 4. Okay, so I have to jump right into it, so they may tell us who they are first, or the messages, whichever. Ancestor of group number 4, Ancestor Spirit Guide of group 4. What would you like to tell them, please? Please and thank you for group 4. Okay, so just 2 cards as a start. We have here the World and the 2 of Cups. So far they didn't really say much about who they are, but they did say that they are protecting you heavily. Wow, I got like punched with that. There's a like a force field here. I'm very much drawn to the color red. I'm not sure if you guys have a special significance with that color, but with this card, well, actually with both of them, it is showing that there's way more spirit guides involved, but this particular ancestor guide has held you closely. I'm actually getting an image of an adult holding a baby close to their chest, something like that. So they've been, wow, that's very sweet and powerful. They've been holding you close to them since the beginning, okay? Protecting you, watching over you. That's probably what the 2 of Cups is talking about. We do have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, which is usually a very nurturing card as well. But they didn't tell me who they were. They just showed me that power. Okay, anything else? What else? Ancestor Spirit Guide, please, of group 4, our spiral bead cage group. Okay, you have the Page of Wands. I'm definitely getting that you guys are this page. Okay, very fiery, actually, right, in your aura. We have here the Tower. And then we have the 3 of Wands. Okay. This Tower one is tripping me up here. It could just be that you came from a lot of chaos, is what it could be. And it could also be talking about the fact that you did heal from it, a lot of it, and you've only grown exponentially over the years is what this could mean. But let me clarify. Can you please let us know more, Ancestor Spirit Guide of group number 4? What do you mean by this, please? I'm getting the sneaking feeling that they don't want to use this this tarot deck, but let me see. Hold on. Sometimes it's just me. Can you tell us more, Ancestor Spirit Guide? What do you mean by this, please? Can you clarify, especially the Tower? What is the message with the Tower? Okay. You have the 3 of Pentacles. And then you have the Ace of Cups. You know what? They could have, wow. They got you out of this. They got you out of a lot of stuff, is what they're saying. That's really nice. See? you're fine in the Sun card. Now, you might not agree with that if you've already gone through a lot of stuff in your life, like turmoil, chaos, darkness, whatever. But remember, I told you from the beginning, they have been heavily protecting you. So this could have meant that something really chaotic may have been meant to happen in some way, but they prevented this. That's really amazing. It's this vibe, this high vibration of love that was responsible for them thwarting this. Let me find what deck they want to use. They keep on like poking me, but I don't know what deck they want to use. Can you let me try this one. You know what? I'm gonna just try a bunch of them and just see, because I can't figure out which one they want to speak through. I really can't figure it out. Okay, Ancestor Spirit Guide, what are your messages? What would you like to tell them, please? Group number 4. Yeah, look, see? Again. They're also telling you that they're still, to this day, protecting you from something or someone, potentially. And they're trying to keep you safe and protected and away from something else. They're trying to keep you in light. They're trying to keep out the darkness. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, can you tell us more about this protection, please? Ancestor Spirit Guide of Group 4, please and thank you. Wow, that's all I can say. Anything specific that we need to know? Okay. We have the Hermit, the 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. All right. They're bringing you peace. They're bringing you peace by solitude is kind of what I'm getting from this. So here you are, most likely this is you as the Hermit, but you're absolutely not alone. They're guiding you every step of the way. They're leading you to a path of higher good, because you may have been involved with, many times in your life and now, petty conflict or some kind of, yeah, this is chronic at this point. This is chronic and petty conflict. When I say petty, that's the meaning of the 5 of Swords, that it's almost petty. It's kind of like it doesn't even need to be here, but it's just still persisting for whatever reason. We'll get more on that. They're bringing you peace, or they're trying to, Group 4. They're trying to bring you peace, because there's clearly something that's disturbing your sense of peace, and they're coming through. They have no issue coming back again and again to protect you from this. So let me, wow. Can you tell us what or who are you protecting Group 4 from? Ancestor Spirit Guide, please. What do we need to know? Oh my God, the world again. Okay. Can you tell us what are you protecting them from, or who are you protecting them from? I'll say what, because it's probably an energy anyway. Well, darkness is one thing, but the cards that fell out. Okay, so you have the World, the Death card, and the Knight of Swords. So, I hate to break it to you. They're telling us here that you have been stuck in a cycle. That's partly why they keep coming back to protect you over and over again from the same thing, okay? So, the World and the Death card, I see this as a loop. With the Knight of Swords, they're trying to break the cycle. They're really, really persistent here, as persistent as this energy is, okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can take a step back and ask more about them. That way we can put this whole picture together. But it is a cycle or a pattern of some kind of either attachment, darkness, or part of a lower energy, a low vibration, lower self energy. Okay, now they want the Radiant. Yes, this is the Radiant Tarot. We have the Devil again at the bottom. They said, because I cut the deck and we had the Three of Wands again, a repeat. They said you're going to rise above this. So that was really nice, that you're specifically going to rise above darkness. So they're reassuring you there. Ancestor, spirit guide of group 4. Can you tell us about who you are, please? And maybe where you come from, anything about you. Okay. You have the Knight of Wands. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. This is interesting. Okay. Can you tell us more about who you are, please, Ancestor? This is a very young energy, though. Can you tell us more about who you are, Ancestor? This is an unexpected kind of a guide. They were not prepared for this. I don't think that they were prepared to even be a guide. But they were wise beyond their years, I see here. There was so much conflict and pain in their timeline. And as I said, that you have the nice car going by. There was a lot of instability. They were a fighter. They were young, though. They could have passed when they were young. Yeah, I think that they were very or youthful in general. But they were some kind of a fighter. I don't know if maybe literally they had to fight in battles at a young age. Like maybe it was a time of some kind of war or something like that. I really can't tell if it's literal. But can you tell us anything more, Ancestor, Spirit Guide of Group 4? Anything more about who you are? You have 2 knights here that are coming through. And the Sun card, the Hanged Man. They had to sacrifice their youth or their light in some way. It's almost like literally this card is there's significance of a martyr. So I feel that they had to sacrifice something in order for to give to the greater good or something like that. So either they were very young. They could have actually been some kind of a soldier or I don't know if that's going to resonate with everybody, but they had to really sacrifice something, and they had no problem doing it either. They're brave, and they have a noble energy about them. Is there anything else you can tell us about who you are in a way that we can recognize you, Ancestor, Spirit Guide of Group 4, please? Oh, and you had the 5 of Cups. I forgot that came out. Yeah, so they lost a lot in whatever situation that they were in. They lost a lot. They may have died young, as I mentioned. Anything else? You have the Emperor. So this now, I feel, is the energy that they're taking in your life. So they've oh, I see. They're an old soul. That's really what it comes down to. They're an old soul and they're a protector. They're taking on almost like I guess like a paternal energy in your life. Usually in my readings, gender doesn't even matter, but when it comes to looking into the past, it is a bit more spot on. But yeah, this is almost like a fatherly energy. So I mean, but obviously generations back. Anything else you'd like to tell us? And specifically what they're helping to provide in your life is structure and a bunch of protection, as I said. That was the first message that they gave. So they've been giving you structure, protection, and stability. Oh, the red. Oh my gosh. The red is back. Hold on. But they're wearing armor here. They're sharing their armor with you, okay? They see in you something that is very much worth protecting. And that is a beautiful thing. They look at you and they say, I have to do everything that I can to protect this person. I don't exactly, that's all they're really saying, but you have the Wheel of Fortune. They're protecting your destiny. That's what it is. They see within you that you are like them, that you are a fighter, that you have this old soul and this wisdom, and this light, this brightness coming from you, especially from when you were born. They saw it from a mile away, basically. And they had to do everything to protect you. So going back to the color red, I don't know if that, again, is symbolic to you in some way. See the world in the top, the red. But the red is really shining through here. Another possibility is that maybe their name has R, like their initial or something like that. All right, let's see. So anything else? Emperor, please. Yeah. Strength. They've given you a lot of strength. I feel like they've probably prevented injury and, let's face it, death. They may have saved you a bunch of times. Like, if you guys in group 4 have had, like near-death experiences or something like that, I hope not. But this particular ancestor spirit guide came through and shielded you with protection. This is really intense. Really, really, really. Let's get another deck. And so interestingly, for you guys in group 4, you're getting a mix of messages about the broad mission, the future, and the immediate situation too. All right, Ancestor Spirit Guide, please, of group 4. What else would you like to tell them? What are your messages for group 4, please, and thank you. Some of you may not have had that type of structure maybe when you were young, or like a parental energy in some way. So that's another reason why this happened, that they became one of your guides, or that you chose them or they chose you. I don't know the difference, but yeah. We have your 6th chakra archangel Metatron here. There may have been a special significance with either thoughts, changing negative thoughts to positive thoughts, or the 6th chakra, which is the 3rd eye. So this ancestor may be working with your angels, or, you know, whatever the case was. Yeah, probably working with your angels. They helped to strengthen this. They helped to strengthen your, and they're currently helping to strengthen your awareness, your psychic insight and awareness, specifically spiritual insight. Okay, so that hermit stuff again. What else? Journey. Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same message. Let's try to get a different one now. But yeah, they've been lighting the way. It's been a shaky bridge. It's been a shaky foundation the whole way. But they've been lighting the way. And yeah, they've been struggling to give you some clarity, group 4. Can you tell us about why? Like, why is that the message? Can you clarify journey, please? Why is that? Okay. It may be because some of you have had the blindfold on, see? Or, like, maybe you have heard the message from them, but maybe you weren't listening at the time, or something like that. So maybe it's kind of like that. That's pretty much what they're telling you. Okay, so if that's the case, you have the message now. What is the message now, please? Ancestor, what is the message now? You have Goddess of the Moon, and I did notice the Deceit card on the bottom. Okay, this is kind of deep here. Yeah, they're basically saying that you're not, in some way, that you're not using your psychic insight in some way. So let's find out how. Can you please give us more clarity on this? It could be some kind of illusion. What is the illusion, if any at all? Okay. It may have to do with burdens in your heart. With the 4th chakra card and the attachment card, and then we have healing at the bottom. Okay. So part of the... This is a tough one. Part of the illusion here is one, you like, okay, so what they're saying, the illusion, meaning that you may have been convinced that your heart was in chains, or that there was this unhealable burden within your heart space. You may have been convinced that this is just who you are and that you were stuck to have this. And you know what, group 4? Your ancestor guide is wanting you to expand threefold, even more than that. They're trying so hard, so persistently to get you to a level of expansion. Did we have that before? I really don't. Oh, here it is. Yes. Aha. This is what they've been fighting for with you. But oh, I'm sorry, I'm hesitating here, but this is really a tough message, and also because I feel that they are saying that this is reflecting the fact that they've been trying to tell you for a very long time, but you have not heard them, okay? So that's part of it. They're saying that there's illusion in your life in some way, and this is not the first time that you've gotten that message, okay? So to put it shortly, the truth is about your healing, okay? The truth is that you're okay, so specifically, your heart is meant to be in light. So if you have been harboring some kind of darkness within your heart, that in itself is the illusion, okay? They want you to break through the chains of the past. They want you to take off the mask. If you've been wearing, I don't know if that's true, but they're indicating that here, that you may have been wearing this mask for others. Maybe you've been hiding sadness. Maybe you've been hiding some kind of authenticity, okay? Maybe you've been trapped inside of your head, okay? They've been trying to free you. They've been trying to relieve you. Wow, this is really, really deep. I mean, like the depth here of this message, it just keeps going down. Like the spiral. Did you see what I just did there? Oh my God. That's what they were going for. I'm drawn to these. And I haven't used these in this video yet. Let's do this. Okay, Ancestor Spirit Guide. What final messages, please, do you have for group number 4? This is the archetype deck. I forget the other details. Ancestor Guide, please, what are your final messages for group 4? What do they need to hear right now? What is the urgent message that you have for them in their immediate future or their present? Okay, we got one here. Okay, I'm going to have to read some of these intuitively because I don't have the actual literal meaning of it, but it's just what I do. All right, we got a couple here. You have the Judge at the bottom, which is interesting because of the whole Judgment card thing that's been coming up for everyone. They're saying that it does have to do with choice. It does have to do with a coming choice that you have to make. That's very ominous. You got here the Mystic. The Bardo? I'm really not sure what that is, forgive me, but I don't want to break the stream here. You have the Fault Line and the Vision. Wow, look at this. This is what they're protecting. Oh my golly. They're protecting the and your vision. So remember what I said before? This is perfectly fitting. Yes. There's a vision either for you or from you or around you, like whatever the case is. But I feel that this is what's been stuck, and specifically from this card, I feel it's been repressed or buried in some way. So your soul is wanting to just like, you feel that like just it needs to come out. This here, the Mystic, this is definitely you. You're the one with the vision That's why they're so persistent. You have this vision within you. I have no idea what it is, but it does. You see all the passion here? This is flight. This is freedom. Remember before the thinking woman where she was in the basement? Okay. Whew. There's this eye again in both of these cards. They look very similar. But it's surrounded by skulls. So maybe your vision has been clouded by... like, I'm sorry, I don't mean it in like that way. I just mean like, I feel it. I feel that it's been surrounded by, I hate to say this, but like death. So that could be a lot of negativity or pessimism or darkness in any way. But once you clear that away from you, you're going to have the eye, you're going to have the vision, and you're going to have flight, right? So you're bursting out of the darkness. So the final thing I want to look into is this, the vision. There's two praying hands. There's the two owls on either side. It's actually very symmetrical. It kind of reminds me of this, actually, almost like a divine counterpart vibe, or like a mirroring vibe. I'm not really sure what they mean by that, but it's so protected. It's so encased within layers and layers and layers. And if you look really closely in the middle there, that is a different card entirely called the Mountain, and there's a person in the center of it. So, even though they're indicating that you're far away from this, you're meant to come to the forefront here, and you're meant to burst out of this whatever buried energy, or it could be suppressed energy. You're meant to be free. You're meant to be free. You're meant to free the vision itself, because it is your destiny. So you may know what this is, and even if you don't, that's fine. But their point is that you have to begin to free yourself. You have to allow your heart to be in light. That's the huge message. If you're not allowing your heart to be in light, then none of this can take place. Any final messages, please, for group 4? Again, the Death card. Okay, if you guys have been struggling a lot, they're telling you, your ancestor spirit guide is telling you, it is time to shed the old self. And it's time to be born again. This is the rebirth card. They're giving you an opportunity. That's the Judge card. They're giving you this choice, this opportunity. I don't know exactly how it will come through, but in the near future, it may come through, and it's going to feel like a spiritual awakening. The only way that a spiritual awakening can come into our lives is if we're open to it. And if we put intentions out there, even if it's silently, that we want this change and that we want this transformation. That's how it happens. If you're not open to this at all, it won't happen. Of course it won't. And it'll stay like this. Okay? Any final words, Ancestor? Of group 4? Oh my God. This is really intense, group 4. You have Judgment card. They're telling you again that you have a choice. Oh my goodness. If not choice is resonating, then opportunity. Either one. They're telling you that you have an opportunity to free yourself. Okay? Let's just do one more. Thank you. Okay. Well, that knocked our little totem out of the way. The Justice card. Okay? Justice may be a big part of your path itself. Whether it was injustice in some way, fairness, karma, whatever, or even legal issues, whatever the case is. This may have been a big part of your path, but ultimately this card, I always see that this is showing us that ultimately everything will be balanced and things will be fair. So whether that means that some injustice happened to you or that you contributed to something, whatever the case is, things will be aligned, things will be fair. And this is going to happen soon. All right. Six of Cups at the bottom. I'm not really sure if that's going to resonate with any of you, but this is like a beautiful friendship, soul energy. Maybe that's a hint of something as well, of what's to come into the future. Like this is peace. This is peace, especially with another person, yes. But this is a beautiful, loving energy here, okay? Whew. Group 4. That was really, really in-depth. Thank you again, Ancestor Spirit Guide, for these messages for Group 4, okay? I'm not surprised because this little object here to represent the groups really unique and profound looking. So let us know in the comments what's going on with you. I'd love to know, Group 4. If it didn't resonate at all, it might not be your group. But thank you once again. I'll see you guys for another video or 2 before the end of the year, okay? Sending you love. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.